You're watching Machindo's hometown station, HTV1.
Hello everyone, it's Brett Boyd from the Market House, where we have adjusted our hours to serve the community and keep our community and our associates safe. So now Market House is available to you from 9 until 6 every single day, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. with an exclusive shopping hour for seniors from 9 to 10. And don't forget our text shopping service as well, 517-234-2020. Market House is here for you.
Tired of having everyone know you're coming before you arrive because of your exhaust? If so, then it's time to call the experts at RS Custom Exhaust in Hillsdale. RS Custom Exhaust has all the tools and parts to make your vehicle quiet again. And for you sports car enthusiasts, if you're looking for the roar to be the king of the roads, RS Custom Exhaust can help you too. With free estimates and first-class service, RS Custom Exhaust has your vehicle covered. So stop and see them today, located at 1461 Vera Drive in Hillsdale.
From Machindo's news leader, this is HTV1 News at noon.
Well, Montpelier police are still searching today for a teenage mother and her infant son. Good afternoon, Machindo. I'm Scott Pienta. Well, take a look at your screen. This is 14-year-old Naira Crump. Now, she was last seen Sunday night at her home on West Court Street, but she was missing yesterday morning. Also missing and believed to be with her is her 2-month-old son. Nair is a 5'6" black female with black hair and brown eyes. Now, she may be wearing the same black hat and white jacket, but it's unknown what her other clothing may be. Her son is a black male also with black hair and brown eyes. It's not known where they might have gone or when they went missing. If you have any information, you're asked to call the Montpelier Police Department at 419-485-3121. The Branch Hillsdale St. Joseph Community Health Agency has updated the coronavirus cases in their area. As of yesterday afternoon, Hillsdale County is up to 13 confirmed positive, while Branch County remains at 8, all inmates at the Lakeland Correctional Facility. WLEN says the count in Lenawee County held steady at 15 since Sunday afternoon. At last check, Fulton County remains at 2 confirmed cases, and Steuben County has 1. Williams County still is yet to report any confirmed cases of COVID-19. Emergency services and village officials in Eden are trying to work out how to handle their workload if employees fall ill with COVID-19. The Bryan Times says a delayed teleconference meeting of the village council was held last night. Police Chief Tom Simchek says that the department has already taken some precautions, having discussions with employees about what's expected of them and making sure that they have personal protection equipment. He says in a memorandum of understanding between the various emergency services departments in Williams County is currently awaiting approval from the county prosecutor's office. That memorandum would establish that if one department experiences shortage, employees from the other departments would step in to fill the gap. With local law enforcement is not directly handling violations of the state's stay-at-home order, Simchek says county health officials are asking them to be their eyes and ears in the community, and the health department will follow up from there. The Delta Chicken Festival is the latest event to be canceled due to the coronavirus pandemic. Festival organizers made that announcement on their Facebook page last night, saying that the decision was made after talks with the village administration. They made the call to cancel the event now rather than plan for it as usual, as canceling at the last minute would have created a significant financial loss. The organizers say that they hope to see everybody at the 2021 Delta Chicken Festival. WTVB says Coldwater Regional Hospital needs your sewing skills to make 2 different types of masks as they continue to work against the novel coronavirus. ProMedica officials will provide the fabric for the masks that will be used for different purposes. One type will actually be to cover for the standard N95 masks. The other will be worn only in general areas and not in patient rooms. Part of the goal is to have cleanable masks that can be distributed without depleting the stockpile of surgical masks. We'll include links to more information for this under the story at htv1.net. Bridge Magazine says Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer is expecting to sign an executive order soon that will end the current school year and allow seniors to graduate on time. Details were still being hammered out yesterday, but sources familiar with the process say most of the major points have been agreed upon. School buildings would be closed for the remainder of the school year, and schools will provide for remote learning solutions, though it's unclear whether or not that would involve grades or if it would just be mandatory. Individual school districts will be able to decide what their own remote learning solution looks like, and seniors will graduate, including those in the Michigan Merit Program, as long as they were on pace to graduate before the shutdown. All other students will advance in grade as normal as long as they were on track to do so before the shutdown. Juniors will be able to take the SAT next fall with state funding. That will make up for the state-funded college entrance exam that they would have taken in March. Schools will receive their normal state funding as long as they agree to pay employees and teachers through the end of the regular school year. The state's third grade reading law will not be enforced this year. That law recommends that the third graders who are more than a year behind, that law recommends that third graders who are more than a year behind in reading will be held back. But this would have been the first year it was actually in effect. And if the students had returned on April 14th, third graders would have missed critical M-STEP instruction. A spokesperson for Governor Whitmer declined to confirm the details, but says the administrator is reviewing the issue and the governor will have more to share in future updates. On Monday night, the governor's communications director criticized Bridge's reporting, saying that there were many inaccuracies and calling it sloppy reporting. Well, you don't have to look very far to see the effects of the coronavirus, from emptying streets to empty parking lots. Once a bustling lunchtime rush has now become almost a ghost town to local family-owned businesses. Brett Boyd owns and manages the Market House grocery store in Hillsdale and Hudson. Brett says that they're doing everything they can to keep up with the changing conditions.
Well, obviously it's been really tough on us as well, but we've made a lot of concessions to protect our customers, to protect our associates, and to protect our community.
Brett says to lessen the chances of getting the virus, they are shortening their store hours 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily and offering shopping for the elderly, disabled, pregnant, and immune deficient every day from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. But Brett says it doesn't stop there.
And then throughout the store, a lot of extra precautions, from food safety handling to cleaning and disinfecting our store to disinfecting our carts on an ongoing, continual basis.
It's also changing the way people shop, as they have a Text 20 option for people to text in their orders to the store and will be shopped for you without you coming into the store. But not only do we see the effects at grocery, we see them at the pumps as well. Ed Heath, Director of Operations for Folk Oil, which owns and operates PS gas stations and most recently purchased the Sunrise Shops, says there's no magic bullet to fix the issue. He goes on to say, we are taking this very serious and have installed sanitizing stations and have also given workers gloves to curb the spread in our stores. Ed says, like most businesses currently, they are operating at a loss right now and are hoping by staying open that they are providing financial security to their employees during this hard time and show that they are committed to their team. Mitch Spangler of Spanglers in Jonesville says customers are still calling so they can get their Spanglers fix. He also says his insurance company is working with him to provide a service they didn't have before in delivery.
We converted to delivery and takeout. The insurance companies gave us blanket delivery coverage, which was nice of them. They're helping small businesses out, so we didn't have to pay for extra insurance. And we've been able to deliver. Our delivery radius is 10 miles, but we'll stretch that a bit if people want food. And lots of takeout. We're doing more dinners than breakfast, but we're doing about 25% normal business, so we're suffering a little bit, but at the same time we're absolutely thankful that we can still serve the community and get good food out.
Even during this, Mitch said he was able to keep 3 or 4 employees working, and the rest he was able to help get unemployment so they could take advantage of those benefits. Mitch said he hopes the stimulus will help, and his accountant has been filling out loans from the SBA and banks to help during this time, but it's still a long wait before the paperwork is even reviewed to get an approval back. In the meantime, he is open for business at Spangler's, and they'll soon be opening the Hilltop Creamery with their full menu. Spangler's has also begun waiving their delivery fees. We want to remind our viewers, if you don't have to go out, please stay at home. But if you need something, there are options. We will be posting numbers and information to those companies and services around our area on our site in the coming days. If you are interested in any of these numbers or to contact these local businesses, in this story, we'll have their information just below this story on htv1.net. Just click Mentioned on Air. Well, still ahead at noon, a Hamilton woman is accused of over $600,000 in Medicare fraud, and Williams County Airport is getting ready for expansion. It could be more than expected. We'll be right back after this.
There's a reason that professionals shop at Jonesville Lumber. They expect quality, service, and knowledge. And that's exactly what they receive. For nearly 100 years, Jonesville Lumber has been family owned. We take pride in serving our area with great products at competitive prices. We have dedicated project estimators in-house that will help figure the materials needed to complete your next task at hand. Whether you're building your dream home, adding a pole barn, building a deck, updating your kitchen, or painting your front door, let Jonesville Lumber help you with your next project.
Authentic Mexican food is just a short drive away at El Cerrito in Coldwater and Hillsdale. The variety-packed menu has something for everyone, with classic Mexican dishes, El Cerrito specialties, and tasty treats for dessert. Don't forget the best margaritas in town with margarita specials Friday and Saturday. And carry-out ordering is great for work lunches or picking up dinner for the family. Make your next meal a fiesta for your taste buds at El Cerrito on Chicago Street in downtown Coldwater and Carlton Road in Hillsdale.
A local woman is allegedly admitted to federal charges of healthcare fraud and identity theft, according to the Herald-Republican. A news release from U.S. Attorney Thomas Kirch says that between January of 2015 and October of 2018, 57-year-old Susie Gowell was an office manager at Fort Wayne Medical Equipment Company, where she allegedly developed a Medicaid fraud scheme. Court documents accuse her of submitting over 200 reimbursement claims to Indiana Medicaid for equipment such as an oximetry devices and pneumatic compressors. Those devices were never sent to Medicaid recipients, and some were obtained in the name of recipients who had no medical need for them. FBI Special Agent in Charge Robert Middleton says Gowell's only purpose was to line her pockets. In total, authorities say Gowell allegedly defrauded Indiana Medicaid of $646,690. If she takes a plea agreement, she will be ordered to pay restitution in that amount and serve a prison term that will be determined at sentencing. Defiance County authorities have arrested an Edgerton man for possessing what they call a significant amount of what they believe to be methamphetamine. Defiance deputies stopped 53-year-old Luther Vance on US 127 near State Road 18 on Friday and found that he was wanted on a felony warrant. He's been charged with third-degree aggravated possession of drugs over bulk and first-degree carrying a concealed weapon. He was taken to CCNO where he was scheduled for arraignment by video in a hearing that was supposed to take place yesterday. Taxiway expansions are going to be big projects in the area airports this summer. We've reported previously on the project at Hillsdale Municipal Airport. Now, the Bryan Times says Williams County Regional Airport is getting ready to break ground on their first phase of their new taxiway. Phase 1 runs from the west end of the runway to Central Taxiway that leads to the terminal and hangars. And that's not all. If state and federal grant funding is approved, the second phase could begin as early as later this year, though it could also wait until 2021. That part of the project was not expected to start for another 2 or 3 years. The new taxiway will be a setback further from the runway, conforming to current standards. And while it's not an expansion of the airport, Branch County commissioners are trying to clear up the language of a Branch County Memorial Airport's zoning ordinance as efforts are underway to both build and prevent a wind turbine farm in the northwestern portions of the county. WTVB says that a public hearing will be scheduled in the future where a review of the existing ordinance will be discussed and amendments will be proposed. The ordinance was passed in 1972 and last updated in 2002. Now, there's no set date for the public hearing yet, but Commissioner Chair Ted Gordon says it will be held once the coronavirus crisis settles down and things return to normal. A traffic alert for you. WLEN says that the Raisin Township intersection of Sutton Road and Occidental Highway has been closed in preparation for the building of a roundabout. The project has been in the works since late 2018. The county officials hope to decrease the number of crashes at that junction. That intersection was shut down yesterday and will remain closed for about 3 months. Locals who live or work in the area will be allowed through, but everyone else will have to follow the proposed detours. Well, after the break, first responders in Michigan are helping kids celebrate their birthdays on lockdown. And how can you celebrate Taco Tuesday for free? The news at noon continues after this.
The Saucy Dogs is the name and barbecue is the game. Come on down for a good time and some great food. At Saucy Dogs, try our barbecue nachos or our tasty ribs. We'll have you howling for more. Saucy Dogs, downtown Jonesville.
Does your vehicle sound like a tractor putting down the road? Then you need to see the experts at RS Custom Exhaust in Hillsdale. They will give you a free estimate along with first-class customer service. They custom make any exhaust needed for your vehicle. Stop and see them today, located at 1461 Vera Drive in Hillsdale.
Hello everyone, it's Brett Boyd from the Market House, where we have adjusted our hours to serve the community and keep our community and our associates safe. So now Market House is available to you from 9 until 6 every single day, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. with an exclusive shopping hour for seniors from 9 to 10. And don't forget our tech shopping service as well, 517-234-2020. Market House is here for you.
Well, social distancing means traditional birthday parties are a no-go during the coronavirus pandemic. And adults can shake that off, but for kids, missing out on a party can be a big deal. Joe Lafferty reports for some first responders in West Michigan that are coming to the rescue.
A lot of the times we're seeing people at their worst moments.
Alpine Township firefighter Tom Katterberg has added a new mission of mercy to his daily duties, helping kids isolated by COVID-19 celebrate their birthday.
So being able to come out and help people that aren't really in the thick of it, but are just kind of down because of what's going on, it's been great to help out.
Social distancing has resulted in kids missing out on their birthday parties. Not a big deal in the larger scheme of things, unless you're turning 5.
They said happy birthday, Addison!
Their friends can't come over and hang out, and the playgrounds are closed. It's very difficult for them.
Alpine Township firefighters picked up on the idea after members of the Ross Augusta Fire Department in Kalamazoo County posted one of their birthday stops on Facebook. At the request of a parent, firefighters do a quick run to the birthday boy or girl's house. Soon, other departments were picking up on the idea, from Portage to Lake Odessa, where police officer Eric Tolfason led his voice to a visit.
Happy birthday to you.
If we will get through it together is the catchphrase for the COVID-19 pandemic. Firefighters and police officers from all over West Michigan are going well beyond the call.
Are you 1? Are you 2? Are you 3?
We're glad that we can kind of bring some light in this dark time for them.
That's the best birthday present ever.
Another automaker is using one of its factories to make ventilators. Ford is hoping to manufacture 50,000 ventilators in 100 days at a Michigan plant. The automaker will produce a type of ventilator that only uses air pressure and requires no electricity. Florida company Aeron currently manufactures the ventilators and licenses it to GE Healthcare, but Aeron only makes 3 units per day. 500 union auto workers have volunteered to staff Ford's Rawsonville plant in Ypsilanti to crank out the units around the clock on 3 different shifts. The announcement comes after President Donald Trump invoked the Defense Production Act last week to compel General Motors to make ventilators. Tesla, Dyson, and Virgin Orbit are also working to manufacture the life-saving devices. Ford says after it makes its batch of 50,000 ventilators, it will continue to produce them at a rate of 30,000 per month. Monday, 3 federal judges blocked orders that limit abortion access during the coronavirus outbreak. The judges ruled against restrictions placed in Ohio, Texas, and Alabama. The states placed the limits on orders banning non-essential medical procedures. The states argued procedures like abortions dip into limited production resources, but all three judges went against the orders after citing the delaying abortions could eventually make the patient ineligible for the procedure. And that places an undue burden on a woman's right to choose, making the restrictions unconstitutional. The judge in Texas suggested that the Supreme Court could take up the issue. As of Tuesday morning, coronavirus deaths in the U.S. surpassed the 3,000 mark, and the country's leading healthcare experts say it's just the beginning. The governors of New York and California are making urgent appeals for help. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo says that the state needs 1 million more workers to tackle the crisis. Bryn Genghis reports.
New York Governor Andrew Cuomo sending a desperate plea.
I am asking healthcare professionals across the country, if you don't have a healthcare crisis in your community, please come help us in New York now. We need relief, and we will return the favor.
Earlier, some relief arriving to New York City in the form of the U.S. Naval Hospital ship Comfort. On board, 1,000 beds and more than 1,100 medical personnel ready to treat patients who are not fighting the coronavirus. The vessel, the latest temporary hospital to deal with overcrowding in the city's medical centers.
But I want you to understand the sheer magnitude of the plan. We need to triple our hospital bed capacity in New York City by May.
The Wall Street Journal reports that one city hospital is asking doctors to think more critically about which patients get ventilators. Inside one of New York's intensive care units, a nurse practitioner showing the harsh reality.
It's as bad as I've ever seen anything before. And these are patients that are the sickest I've ever seen.
This as officials brace for the days ahead in emerging hotspots across the country, like New Orleans, Detroit, and Miami. In California, the Los Angeles Convention Center will be used to help the sick. But the governor says that along with the equipment, the state also urgently needs more healthcare staff, as coronavirus-related hospitalizations doubled there within the past 4 days.
We're in the middle of this. We believe very strongly the stay-at-home order has helped advance our efforts in reducing the stress on the system.
3 out of 4 Americans are under stay-at-home orders this morning. That's more than 250 million people. President Trump says it's unlikely he'll enact them nationwide.
We've talked about it. It just was something that was very unwieldy, very tough to enforce, and something we didn't want to do.
State leaders once again asking the Trump administration for more critical supplies and test kits, saying it's unfair to compete with others domestically and internationally for what they need.
I can't emphasize enough how much we need the federal government to step up and amplify the size of their PPE deliveries to Illinois and, frankly, across the nation.
More than 3/4 of Americans were under stay-at-home orders as of Tuesday morning. As we all know, it is, well, Taco Tuesday, and if you're itching for an excuse to get out of your house, you can head on over to Taco Bell for a free taco today. The fast food chain is offering a free Doritos Locos taco to everyone in America. Now, this is Tuesday only. Just use the drive-thru to pick it up. No purchase is necessary, and Taco Bell CEO says it's a way to thank everyone for showing up for their communities. Taco Bell is also donating $1 million to No Kid Hungry. If you do order more food, ask to round up your total to support the national campaign to end childhood hunger. The timing is important, with many kids missing out on government lunch programs because schools are closed. Well, after the break, one family's virtual trip to the happiest place on earth. Stay right with us.
El Cerrito's variety-packed menu has something for everyone. With generous servings and lots of flavor, you'll think of it as a fiesta for your taste buds. Dine in or carry out at El Cerrito on Chicago Street in downtown Coldwater and Carlton Road in Hillsdale.
There's a reason that professionals shop at Jonesville Lumber. They expect quality, service, and knowledge. And that's exactly what they receive. For nearly 100 years, Jonesville Lumber has been family-owned. We take pride in serving our area with great products at competitive prices. We have dedicated project estimators in-house. that will help figure the materials needed to complete your next task at hand. Whether you're building your dream home, adding a pole barn, building a deck, updating your kitchen, or painting your front door, let Jonesville Lumber help you with your next project. The Saucy Dogs is the name and barbecue is the game. Come on down for a good time and some great food. At Saucy Dogs, try our barbecue nachos or our tasty ribs. We'll have you howling for more. Saucy Dogs, downtown Jonesville.
Well, if you're watching our news at noon yesterday, you know that yesterday was taking a virtual vacation day. Well, one Florida family whose Disney trip was canceled due to the coronavirus pandemic got really creative so that their 3 kids would still have a fun day at home. Mom and Dad created a virtual Disney trip including virtual rides, face painting, and even character breakfast. Jason Guy shows us how they did it.
You've been stuck at home for days. What are you going to do next?
And we're going to Disney World!
John and Gina Carlisle gave their 5- and 2-year-old sons and their 10-month-old daughter a special virtual day at Disney.
We were planning on a Disney trip since we moved to Oklahoma from Orlando, and we were super bummed that we didn't actually get to take it because of everything that's going on.
Gina told me via Skype it wasn't going to stop them from having a magical time at home. They all dressed up in Disney gear and wore their magic bands.
Mommy booked us a character breakfast!
They ate Mickey-shaped pancakes and waffles surrounded by plush Disney friends.
Foster, what are you gonna ride?
Dumbo!
Then it was on to the attractions.
Is it just like you're riding Dumbo?
John and Gina played YouTube videos on their TV for the sights and sounds and used their creativity to make it immersive for the kids, like this trip on Splash Mountain. The kids ate hot dogs for lunch, just like you get at Casey's Corner on Main Street, USA in Magic Kingdom.
Every time we go to Disney, there's swatting, and now we're park hopping to Animal Kingdom.
The kids had no idea what was in store for them.
Oh look, I see dinosaurs. But look up here. It's not the iguanodon though.
There was a big surprise at the end.
It's getting close, it's getting close. We're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it.
I think probably Dinosaur was my favorite. I've watched that video back probably easily 20 times because their reaction when John jumped out with our friend Rex here was just too good. It cracks me up every time.
Gina says all you really need is some imagination.
There's really no reason not to do it.
And you can create something like this for your family.
We just used things that we had at home, our laundry basket, and their Disney dolls and dinosaurs and things like that. Just being creative with the things we had.
Virtual Disney Day was a big hit with the kids.
They have asked several times since we did it whether we could do it again. And how long we have to wait before we can do it again. So they're definitely excited about making this a thing now.
I tell you what, I need some Mickey Mouse pancakes myself. Well, those are our top stories at noon. We'll see you back here tonight for HTV1 News at 8:30. Don't forget, you can find more news in our live stream 24/7 at htv1.net. For all of us here at HTV1, I'm Scott Pienta. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Have a great day, everyone.
Tired of having everyone know you're coming before you arrive because of your exhaust? If so, then it's time to call the experts at RS Custom Exhaust in Hillsdale. RS Custom Exhaust has all the tools and parts to make your vehicle quiet again. And for you sports car enthusiasts, if you're looking for the roar to be the king of the roads, RS Custom Exhaust can help you too. With free estimates and first-class service, RS Custom Exhaust has your vehicle covered. So stop and see them today, located at 1461 Vera Drive in Hillsdale.
Hello everyone, it's Brett Boyd from the Market House, where we have adjusted our hours to serve the community and keep our community and our associates safe. So now Market House is available to you from 9 until 6 every single day, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. with an exclusive shopping hour for seniors from 9 to 10. And don't forget our tech shopping service as well, 517-234-2020. Market House is here for you.